Hello, 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 beautiful people. How are you today? Today is another session of Relax and Raunchy Relationship Podcast with me, Ingrid Galloway, and with my awesome guest. This time is Diane Klem Goode, and she is a property buyer agent and a wealth mindset coach. You know how much I love working with the money people simply because I'm not the expert on money, but I know how important money is in relationship. Okay, so Diane is passionate about helping her clients create massive wealth. Who doesn't want massive wealth, right? By working on their mindset and property portfolio. So later on, we will learn more from Diane on how to, grow your wealth and hold on to your money. So I'm really excited. Welcome, Diane.
Hi, Ingrid, and thank you for having me here. I'd like to introduce everyone to Ingrid. Ingrid Galloway is the founder, relationship coach, and chief relaxation officer of KAHYANGAN, which means heaven. That's absolutely beautiful, I think. She has been a relationship coach for 12 years and a spa therapist for 22 years. She practices from KAHYANGAN in Sydney and from her clients' homes, offices, and hotel rooms, online and from retreat locations. Her work was always focused on stress, relaxation, and relationships, and always ready to look after loving and not so loving couples and broken, lonely hearted singles. She does one-on-one coaching sessions, group workshops, virtual retreats, and in-person retreats. Thank you.
Yes. Well, talking about in-person retreat, I'm really excited about our upcoming in-person retreat because Diane will be a guest speaker on that one. The retreat will be called Enhance Your Intimacy for Couples Only. So, really looking forward to that collaboration, Diane.
Oh, that's so exciting. I can't see, be there and present and see the effect and the amazing growth that your gorgeous couples will have as well.
Yay. Oh, it's going to be so awesome. Anyway, let's start with the first question. What is your why? I'm so curious every time that I have a different guest, because everyone's why is different. So tell me, what is your why?
Yes. My why is comes from a little bit about my life experience, like both as a child and through adults, and helping other, particularly women and mothers. And my why is to set up refuge homes around Australia, so that for women that are and kids that are escaping domestic abuse situations and they've got nowhere to go, because there's too many, in my opinion, mothers that are in cars with their kids and they're sleeping, overnight, and they're using sort of restrooms as their bathroom. It's not a safe environment, and it's absolutely debilitating when it comes to their mindset. So I like to see them transition into some safe refuge homes and run it to the stage where they get upskilled, mental health gets looked at as well, and they progress on to leading a full life on their own in a safe house.
Oh, amazing. That sends chills to my bone. It's like, oh, wow, that is very, very special mission.
Is very, very close to my heart, I must say. And what's yours, Ingrid? What's your why?
Well, I came from very religious family in Indonesia, and I escaped the country by the age of 21 to get married to my first husband. And unfortunately, 10 years marriage, it was an abusive relationship. So, when you mention domestic violence, oh my God.
There's a
Like,
reason we've connected.
hello. Yeah,
Ah.
so unfortunately, it was an abusive relationship. So after 10 years and 3 attempts, I left, gaining, depression, anxiety, all sorts of, juicy stuff, and hit rock bottom, lost my properties, things like this. But then in my self-healing journey, I went to several self-development seminars, saw a couple of therapists, eventually went back to college to study counseling and life coaching, and straight away I knew that I would be a coach, not a counselor, and my niche would be in relationship. I wonder why. Because I am passionate and compassionate to help others in a like similar sort of predicament, because if I can do it, they can too, you know. So yeah, it's very close to my heart, and with mental health issues as well. So I help people with um, mild to medium level of depression and anxiety. I mean, if it's severe case, then I would definitely refer to psychologists, psychiatrists, you know, because they're a lot more equipped in that sort of area. But if it's something that I can help with my coaching, then you know, I'm here to support others. So
Beautiful.
yeah, it's my why.
Very connected we are.
Yeah, surprisingly. Well, Diane, always love to pick up my guest brain about their expertise. So, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about your expertise, especially 3 tips on how to hold on to money. You know, some couples they can easily earn money, so they can build wealth, but then somehow they can't hold on to it. So, share us your wisdom.
Okay, beautiful. You've got to look at, the first one I would say is look at your accounts setup. And this is both from a financial point of view as well as a personal development point of view. I do recommend your income goes into one account and then you have already set up some automatic transfers, and you can have another one for your savings. Always save yourself first. The third one would be your monthly expenses, all those ones that come out automatically. And the fourth one would be a cash living. And it's quite amazing once that's all set up to see what emotions come up. You know, when you've only sort of touching your cash and you've got a card to that, I recommend no cards or access if you can to the other accounts. When that's all you've got to spend, that really, really can bring up some fear or some anxiety of, but I want to spend a lot. You know, you might have a habit of blowing everything you get the next day. So even the overwhelm that can come up when they see they've got to set up accounts, and that triggers like the organization of it and the fear of, oh my God, I can't touch it. So that is a great way. That's a great way to start your savings as well and your money control as well. But from an emotional growth point, yeah, it's interesting to see what comes to the surface.
Mm. Can you give us just a quick example of, you know, the emotions that come up? You know, is there any example that you can share with us?
Well, it's quite interesting. With some, it's when their wealth account, their saving account gets to a certain figure, oh, they just think, oh, I'm rich. You know, they may be saying saving for a home, but when it hits, you know, say it can be even as small as $2,000.
Yeah.
There, and it's just like this pocket of cash that they just think, I deserve to treat myself, and they try. That's why I recommend if you can set it so it's hard to access, because straight away they just think, oh, $2,000 that could buy me, you know, the TV I want. Or if it's a larger amount, oh, that's that new shiny car I want.
Mm.
That's the emotions of I want it and I can't get it, and it triggers, you know, beliefs as well. Well, I'll go into that in a little bit of time, but it's just like it brings up, and there's people that's the reverse. There's people that will, you know, save too much and live on too little, and they don't enjoy life.
Yeah.
It's finding that balance. You do have to have some, you know, enjoyment in life as well. It's just getting everything set up. And I think on the positive, once it's set up and, you know, you deal with your blockages and whatever the emotions that have come up,
Yeah.
it's like a weight gets lifted because it becomes automatic. They don't have to think. Everything's transferred out. Whatever cash they got in their account,
Mhm.
oh, go blow it if you want. Do what you want with it.
Mm.
But everything else is handled.
Nice, nice. Anything else that you would like to share, you know, on how to hold on to money?
Okay, well, the second tip would be your flow of money. And, you know, are you the sort of person that goes into your account and the next day it's gone?
Mm.
That's very interesting. And then, or is it, you know, you like, as I said before, you hoard it and you've got no enjoyment, or is it simply, you know, you get it and you blow it and you think, okay, I've still got another week, 2 weeks, you know, whatever that is for you, and they're getting their credit card and
Mm.
they're tapping away on their credit card.
And
Also,
inventories
you know,
then
I know
by
everyone.
then.
Pardon?
You're increasing your debt, your
That's
bad
it.
debt by doing that.
Yeah, they think, okay, I've run out of money there, but I've got this beautiful card here, and it's just a tap. Everyone thinks it's just a tap, but that tap, it's accumulating. And if you can't pay it off, that
Yeah.
means if you've gone over $1,000 on that credit card,
Yes.
well, that should really be paid off in full your next pay, but you're sort of putting yourself behind. If you can't live on what you've allocated to live on, well, how can you find that for extra $1,000 as well? So there's just see your money patterns, and it's amazing how it can also be generational. Sometimes if your parents were that way too, you've watched and you've observed. So that's the next one, is your beliefs and your surrounding. Like, what was your family environment? If you go back to even your family environment, you know, you'll find if parents were very money conscious and very tight with their money, it's passed down to the next generation. You know, you've got to hoard it, that fear factor that I'm going to be broke. I've got to hoard it and go without the luxuries. I'm not worth the luxuries it could be. I can't have them. I'm not deserving. The next one is, of course, your work environment. You know, some people like to keep up with everyone in the office, so to speak, but they're living way, way above. So that's their belief of, I've got to be like the Joneses, you know. And your friends, your environment with your friends, what are they like? You know, what's you're spending, you're trying to keep up with them as well, and you're spending too much. That is, yeah. So we look at all your beliefs and your blockages, you know, whatever you brought from, you know, your previous life.
Yes.
Around it, because a lot of people, you know, a lot of people think, oh, I can never buy a property. They've just had that instilled from a young age. It can be from as young as 5, from an incident, you know, with their parents, that they thought, oh, I better not take the chance. I better not take that risk. I'm going to get hurt if I try. It's amazing how those emotions come into their first property purchase, because they start to think, oh no, I'm going to lose it all. I can't do it. So it's all those, it all comes into play. The psychology part all comes into play with your wealth creation, really.
Very interesting. And commenting on one of your example there, you know, keeping up with the Joneses can be quite taxing.
It is, and it's amazing. On the surface, people can look very wealthy because they've got the nice car, they've got the designer clothes, they're living the lifestyle.
Yeah.
I always say to people, never, a shop front's a shop front, it's always going to look good, but what's behind it? You don't know what they've got there in the account. You don't know their money handling. You don't know their investments.
Yes.
You know, and if you're trying to keep up with that and you are really struggling, well, your future, you're letting down, really. Your lifestyle in the future of your kids, your generational wealth, it's all going because you think you have to keep up. You don't. You just have to be yourself and have a plan and be organised and work towards it.
Love it. Absolutely love it. That's very, very wise golden nuggets there that you're sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always happy to share what I know and help.
Now, I think.
What are your 3 tips, Ingrid, on relationships?
So, because we've been talking about money, I feel compelled talking about money as well, but the impact on the relationship, because obviously I'm a relationship coach. The reason why I like having guests that are experts on money or property or wealth is simply because, well, that's not my expertise, but because money is one of the top 3 causes of relationship breakup. So if I can help my tribe somehow to prevent a relationship breakup, so I will. Yeah. So the impact money can bring to a relationship is big. So I'll give 3 examples, right? Number 1, it is hard when a couple is not aligned with their financial goals. You know, for example, one wants to buy a house, but then the other one wants to spend money and go on various holidays. So that can be frustrating. So the financial goals are not aligned between the couple. So that's one that you can watch on the impact that it can bring to your relationship. Number 2, another example is when a couple don't work together as a team financially. One is saving hard and stick to a weekly budget, for example, but then the other one's spending hard maybe dining out all the time, for example. So they're not working together as a team, right? So perhaps their financial goal is the same. They both want to buy a house, but then in terms of behavior, they're not working together as a team. And then number three, you mentioned before, mindset about money. When a new couple, for example, coming into a marriage or a long-term relationship with the mindset, my money is my money, your money is your money, right? I initially have this mindset as well, especially after having hit rock bottom with my first marriage. Right, my money is my money, your money is your money. That's my thing. But then when you have joint goals such as buying a property, I reckon your responsibility has to change on how you intend to use your money, because it has to be a joint effort. Otherwise, it's going to be my property. It's not our property. Okay, so it's talking about joint goal. So our goal is to buy a property together, and therefore how I intend to use my money need to be responsible towards this particular goal. So it has to be joint effort. I'm not saying that you can't have your own savings account and have to only have one joint account and nothing else. Of course, you can spend money on yourself. You need to live, as you mentioned before, Diane. But the priority needs to shift from your personal objective to your joint goals. I hope that makes sense.
That does. Can I ask you a question, Ingrid? When you've got two couples that you're working with and they've got different goals when it comes to wealth, like say if you've got one that wants to buy, the mansion that's $1 million, several millions of dollars, and the other one doesn't care if they live in a unit, or they're just at different ends. Like, one wants to be super wealthy and one doesn't.
Yep.
How do you sort of bring them to a place where they both agree?
Yeah, so they can write a list of benefits of having that one and list of benefits of having the other one. So they can, because everyone has different values, right? And it sits on different level of priorities. So to kind of like match them, we need to be able to see the benefits of this one and the benefits of this one. So then we can understand, yeah, actually, your goal can benefit me too. I can see the benefit. It will bring me either joy, fulfillment, whatever emotion that I can get from accelerating my partner's goal. Yes, so seeing my partner's goal as my goal as well, and how you do that is to open a neural pathway in your brain, seeing the benefits, list 100 benefits, 200 benefits of your partner's goals.
I love it.
Yeah, do it together. So you list the benefits of seeing your partner's goal, and the other one seeing the benefits of the other one's goals. Yeah, and by
So that's good. It's such an easy thing to do, but to bring them
together.
So that as a team, then they both bring it together and agree on one that suits both.
Yeah. So by listing all the benefits, you can open your eyes. It's like, actually, this will be good for me too. Because previously I didn't understand why you want this. Yeah. Now I can see, my eyes are open.
How good is that? I like it.
Thank you. Now, people, we are on to the fun part of the podcast. I mean, we're already having fun as we go anyway, always, right? So Diane gave me her true and false statement. Number one, Diane spilled her breakfast down the front of her before a business presentation. That's not very nice. Number two, Diane spilled her food over the person sitting next to her. Oh my God, what a kerfuffle. So which one? Oh, I know. Which one is true? Which one is juicier? I think I will choose number one. Diane spilled her breakfast down the front of her before a business presentation. Is that right?
You've got it.
Ah,
I did too. I did too.
so what's the funny story behind that?
It was my first ever business presentation.
Yeah.
And I had gone in and done the networking part. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm not going too bad here.
Yes.
And I sat down. I actually had a cup of tea with the milk jug in it. I don't know what possessed me. I turned the milk jug upside down really quickly. At the bottom of the cup of tea, it splashed all over the table, soaked the table, ran down all down the front of my dress, all into my shoes. People, I thought, okay, we'll just keep calm. People will just pass me, I'll just get the napkins and be quiet. Nobody will notice. There's 3 tables of 10 on each table. No one's going to notice me on the end table. No, not so easy. Everyone on the table's passing me napkins.
Oh, chaos.
And it's just dripping. I've got it on my handbag. People are moving things on the floor. Next thing you know, other tables are passing napkins. And I've just gone, no. I'm thinking this isn't going good. The waitress comes over with napkins. So the whole, and I did go through my mind. I thought, where's the bathroom? I'm just going to climb out the window. I'm not coming back ever again. I thought, and where's the exit? I went through that. Where's the exit? I thought I've got to walk past everyone with my handbag to get to there. And then it got better. So I thought, just compose yourself. You're going to be okay. And then I went for the pepper and salt.
Yeah.
And my sleeve. The lovely lady next to me goes, "You're doing it again." I went, "What do you mean? What have I done now? Nothing's dripping." I had put my sleeve all through the béarnaise sauce. So now I've got what I'm thinking the milk's starting to, sort of smell. And I've got now the egg on my sleeve, and I'm thinking all the napkins were already soaked in milk. The presentations had started, and I'm thinking, oh no. So I had to then get sort of the milk soaked napkins and wipe the béarnaise sauce off my sleeve as much as I could. So when I actually got up to present, I thought, well, everyone knows, because I just thought, oh my God. So I just turned around and said, look, I said, I'll come here this morning to give you a presentation wearing the breakfast smorgasbord. Everyone laughed. I laughed. I thought, good, that's done and dusted. Please don't bring it up again.
Yes.
Yes,
Well done.
Christening into business networking.
They will not forget that anytime soon.
Definitely no. And thank God I was going to wear a linen dress.
Yeah.
And thank God I didn't. I wore a pattern one. I could think, thank God there's enough pattern that maybe they can't see it.
Imagine wearing a white dress. That will be even
look, I would have just died. I would have just sat down from the table and said, I can't even get up and show me my dress.
Wonderful.
What about yours? Okay, Ingrid, give me some fun. What's your true or false?
Right.
Hang on, your true or false story. It's my turn. It was Ingrid's daughter vomited in a fancy pizza restaurant, or Ingrid's brother vomited in a fancy pizza restaurant. I'd have to, surely your brother, you'd be, I don't know how old you were. All right, I'm going to think, okay, as a mum, I'm going to go for the daughter.
You are correct.
Hey! I've had that experience, but my daughter used to do it with milkshake. She'd scull the milkshake and then she'd vomit it on the table.
I know. Back then when we were living in Surrey Hills, so this fancy pizza restaurant, close by. Surrey Hills are, it's just full of restaurants. So one day we thought, what do you feel like? Pizza. Okay, let's eat pizza. Eat. And then all of a sudden, I don't know why, she just vomited everywhere. And then, husband and wife, mommy and daddy just frantic. Napkin. And then
where's the bucket?
Yeah. And it's all over the floor, it's all over the table, it's all over herself, and we just like, sorry.
That's recycled pizza. Oh no. That's worse.
Sorry. And then we just try to make an exit as quick as possible. So my tip to parents is, try not to go to fancy restaurant with your kids, because sometimes it's just not worth it.
Or get them to eat and drink real slow.
Because you never know. I mean, especially if you go to fine dining restaurant, yeah, you never know. Kids just
No,
like throwing
don't. You don't. You just don't.
tantrum, you know,
No, look,
fight, cry.
the funniest restaurant, beside my daughter throwing up the milkshake everywhere, and that
Yeah.
happened on several occasions, so I had to sort of just let her sip it and take it away slowly. But my son, I'll never forget, he was only a toddler in a high chair. We went to a fancy Chinese restaurant. We were there and he was in his high chair, everything good. He had all the activities on his little tray table.
Yeah.
That's fine. No. He got you like cars?
Uh-huh.
And he got the car and he was zooming it around on the track. Next thing you know, he lost his grip on it. He zoomed it up too high, flew across the room, someone else's plate. Each other going, I'm not getting it. No.
Did you pick it up?
Yes. Well, we had to. Well, late. We had to sort of say, oh, terribly sorry. Get the car. Thinking, oh, how far are we now, meal? Oh, it was. Yeah. So colouring in pencils were a little bit safer than cards.
So next time, don't bring any cards.
Don't bring anything that might get carried away and fly through the air. Because some people don't have a sense of humour.
Exactly. Especially when they pay good money to come to the restaurant.
They're having a romantic night for two, and next thing you know, a missile lands.
Oh, gold. So, Diane, last question. What do you do to either relax or add raunchiness into your relationship?
Mine would be some of my own. So it would be a self-love. And for me, when I like candles.
Yeah.
I like so many candles, especially around the TV on the coffee table. And then a good movie. And of course, a nice glass of wine or a champagne even. That to me is just heaven.
Lovely.
It's quality time for me.
Yes. As you notice, I love candles too because look what's in the background.
Yeah, I've got mine here.
Yeah. Beautiful. I'm finding my soulmate on Zoom. She's called Diane.
I'm here.
All right, beautiful people. Thank you so much for watching our fun collaboration. I hope you enjoyed so far. And next week, for sure, I have another beautiful podcast guest talking about different things again. Always interesting and always fun. So, Diane, if my tribe would like to connect more with you and learn more about money, about mindset, building wealth, how can they connect with you?
I'm quite happy. They can send me an email. It's Diane, DIANE, at Goode, GOODE, propertygroup.com.au. They can also find me on Facebook and on LinkedIn as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. And people, if you would like to ask more questions about relationship, you can connect with me. You can get half an hour free chat. So go to my website, www.kahyangan.com.au. That's KAHYANGAN.com.au. And you can request a free chat with me. So there you go, people. Thank you so much, Diane, for coming. I hope you enjoyed it, and then we will see another podcast guest next week. So keep well and lots of love.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diane.